Welcome to Intro to Creating Interactives with H5P. My name is Laura Wingler, and I'm an instructional designer at Ocean County College in Toms River, New Jersey. Today I'm going to show you two different ways to use the interactive learning tool H5P. Before we get started, I want to talk about some of the reasons we want to make learning experiences more interactive for our learners and our students. Interactives make learning easier to connect with, promote reflection, and understanding that leads to eventual retention of the intended knowledge that they are to attain. An activity such as a word drag can help students test their own knowledge and provides instant feedback to them, and feedback enhances learning because it makes learning feel personal. Interactives are more socialized learning and also engages the students, more like in a scenario where students prefer video over reading text. H5P is an inexpensive tool with an LTI integration for most LMS systems and can also be used on websites. Today I'm going to demonstrate using Canvas by Instructure. With H5P, you can create interactive learning experiences such as drag and drop activities, interactive videos, images with hotspots, branch scenarios, and more. One of my favorite components to this tool is that it uses HTML5, which makes it accessible, friendly to students with disabilities using assistive technology, and it is more mobile friendly. In today's world, it can be frustrating to use tools that don't work on a mobile phone or tablet devices. So when I use design tools, it is important for my institution to ensure that what I am doing can be accessed by all students through their student apps, such as the Canvas app, in their online courses. The first activity I'm going to show you how to create using H5P is that fun drag and drop activity. To get started, you want to start on a page within your Canvas course. An announcement works as well. So once you're on a page, you want to go into the page and click on this V here for external tools. This is assuming that the LTI for H5P is already loaded into your Canvas subscription. So we're going to go to H5P, and we're going to go to Add Content. Then it gives you an option here of all the different kinds of content that you can add. So what I want to do is I want to drag the words. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm just going to label it Word Drag 1. So there's instructions in each interactivity. For this one, you're going to see here that you want to put stars around the text that you want to drag. So I work in a Word document, and I have, the 3 terms that I want to define and have students drag. You can do as many terms as you want. I just selected 3, and I put it here. So for example, spinning is going to be a word that gets turned, and then public relations, and then Bill of Rights 1791. So I put my information here with stars around it for everything that I want to be able to drag into the answers. And this is just set up now for a simple drag and drop with just words and text. So I just go here to the bottom and I write save and insert. So now we have a drag and drop activity ready to go. And then once I save the page, it'll be saved. It can also be edited without editing the page that it's on. The next thing I want to show you today is how to make an image with hotspots. Now we're going to follow, it's the same process that we did before. We go to the external tool, we create something new, and we select image with hotspot. Once we're there, it brings us here to this page where we name our project, and I just called it a podcast project because this is about podcasting. We add a background image, you just upload it right here, and then you put the alternative text for your image, which here would just be, a woman in her podcast studio with a microphone, laptop, and on-air animation. So we have that set up. And then you scroll down and there's different choices you have for what colors you want your hotspots to be. Or plus sign, times, check, question, whatever you want. I just kept mine simple. They're plus signs and they're purple. So what we do here is we get to position for the first one where we want it on the screen. So the first one is, I want to talk about this little pizza guy here with the microphone. So here is where I want to talk about identifying unique themes for your podcast. So I put in a header, and then you can, decide which kind of um, expansion that you want. So you have an option from text, videos, and images, and then you can layer and stack them on each other. So here I just have a nice, bit of text that I didn't want to put directly on the page. And then for the next part, I wanted to go on the laptop to kind of talk about the proposal process for the podcast project for this course. So it just kind of gives a little outline of what's expected to give a quick insight to the project. And then next we have here, what's this little on-air piece about? So that's about, the length and requirements. And this is just a really nice way to just kind of scaffold some information and then just make it interactive so they can navigate around and make associations with different parts of the picture. So in the end, when I save it, it ends up looking like this. So here, we have different things where a video comes up with some text that I want them to watch. Creating the podcast proposal ends up here. Overall, this is a really easy tool to use, and it can do a lot of amazing things. Thank you so much for watching my introductory video on how to use H5P. There will definitely be a follow-up video in the future to really elaborate on some other ideas, but this was just meant as a very introductory way to look at H5P and the different things you can do with it and how to use it. Thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment or contact me.